Welcome everyone to today's live pop-up Q&A. This is a chance for you to come on and ask a question, have me look at something for you energetically to see maybe why you're struggling, having a hard time with something. And it seems as though the biggest thing that people are working on has to do with feeling safe to step into your power. So we'll see how that shows up in all the questions that show up today. So we do this every Tuesday as a pop-up Q&A to just get some questions answered, take a look. And then on every Friday, I do a live Friday's Inspiration. That's what that something is. Do live Friday's Inspiration on a different topic, and also do generally a meta-clearing for people. So today this is a chance to get some questions answered. We'll see who shows up and what kind of questions you have. So we've also been diving deep into our courageous leadership this month in our group. And the next round, which will be starting August 8th, is going to be deepening into our ultimate power. And so this is also what my book is about. So it's based on my book, all the chapters in my book. So that's also part of the mentoring program that is also starting August 8th. So I'll be sending links out about that today, emails, etc. So if you're interested, pay attention to that. So that's then you can learn how to do what I do. So hello, Melissa. Thanks for joining us today. And if you have a question, maybe you'd like to ask, or maybe you just want me to pick on someone. Good morning, Joanne. Let's see who else is showing up. Anybody with some questions? Or I can just pick on someone to get started. I'll pick on you. All right, Melissa, you're up. So since you're here, most people are curious about themselves, like what's going on with themselves. Maybe they don't have a specific question, but maybe they're curious about what I can see just as a general thing, what's going on. So I'm gonna look at Melissa, that's okay. So let's see what Melissa's working on. Yes, so this is what I was talking about a minute ago before you showed up, Melissa. The biggest thing that people are working on right now is feeling safe to step into your power. And so that's also the case for you. How that's showing up in your life, I don't know, but if you want to share that in the comments, that would be helpful for others to see. And so how we clear this energy is there is a circle of energy that radiates out around the root chakra. And this is the energy that holds all of our worry, stress, anxiety, doubts, fears, uncertainty. It's all held in this circle. And this causes us to not feel grounded. That's why it's all around the root. So all we have to do is pull this circle in. Let me make sure you're grounded. So that would be number 2. You're not grounded. So if you've been discovering that you've been feeling anxious, like a lot of stuff stirring up inside, that's because there's nowhere for it to go. So let's first give you a really good solid grounding cord. So all you have to do is use your free imagination and imagine this line of energy that goes from the base of your spine all the way down through the Earth's crust, and then all the way down into the center of our planet. So that becomes like a big plumbing pipe. And then all that energy that's been swirling around, making you feel anxious, now has a place to release to. So this is really essential. And this is actually becoming more common as more and more people are afraid. They're afraid of what they see going on. They're afraid of everything. That's the whole point of how the 1% tries to keep us all afraid. So all we have to do is just pull this circle, it's called the worry circle, in So ideally, you wouldn't have a worry circle. And we're just going to pull that all the way into the core and then just send that down the grounding. I just want to see something here. It says on Instagram, I was wondering why nobody's showing up. It's a little message. It says, we're telling your followers that you've started. Oopsie. And then they all just disappeared. So hang on, just be patient. We will come right back. This fortunately is pretty easy to set up on Instagram. Okay. So see, are we live? Okay, maybe we're still live. Okay, good. So we're apparently back there. But I don't see. Oh no. Sorry. Okay, there. So now we're back on with Instagram. So we'll see who shows up. So as I was saying, Michelle, or is that Melissa? Sorry. That this grounding, hey guys, thanks for showing up. I had to restart it on Instagram. Andrea, nice to see you. And Andrea, okay, good. So this worry circle, we want to pull that worry circle in and just drop all of those worries down your grounding. Hey Z, nice to see you. And we're just going to send that all down the grounding. So just doing that much, Melissa, let me know if that is helping you feel maybe a little calmer and maybe you're not feeling quite so anxious. This is a really quick remedy for feeling a lot of anxiety. So great. So now you're grounded, and so ideally that will help. So if you guys have questions, post them, and I'll take a look. So someone who I haven't spoken to or looked at in a long time, and I know she'll appreciate a look, is Z on Instagram. Good to have you here. So I'm going to take a peek at you, if that's okay. I know it is. And see what's going on with you. You usually have some interesting things to look at. So first thing, right in that sixth chakra. So you've got some beliefs about feeling powerless. So if we go out to that third layer, out to the front and back of that sixth chakra where all your beliefs are, we're going to pull in those beliefs that cause you to keep thinking that maybe you're not as powerful as you're not manifesting the power that you know you have. And so there's a fear up here. There's a fear of there's a fear of being overwhelmed. That's one. And also a fear of losing control. So we just clear those out. Okay, great. And if you want to say anything about what I'm noticing, you're welcome to, or not, that's fine. It just helps other people to know that what I'm doing is actually doing something. So see, 7, 6, and then in the heart, out to that third layer. So that's a lot of that energy of feeling like you have to prove your worth, prove that you're valuable. And so this is also very common energy. And that 1% wants to keep us in that energy of constantly proving our worth, our value, working really hard, and showing how hard we're working. So a lot of those energies, and then a lot of those self-judgments that we hold in that heart. Okay, great. 7, 6, 5, 4. And then down at the root, also out to the third layer. So you're working a lot on feeling safe to step into your power. I think that was among the first sentence that I talked about in this presentation today. This is what everybody's working on, is feeling safe to step into our power. It's a real challenge, isn't it? go. So just clearing some of these energies that interfere with our ability to feel safe. And especially, being able to do this with this process I call running your energy. It's a really vital way to keep our energy flowing, because what's going on in our outer world is a reflection of everything that's going on in here. So that's the whole point of running your energy. That's the whole point of making sure we don't have those energy blocks in our energy field, because it's going to show up somewhere out here. And so if our world has any trouble, anxiety, nightmare, a living nightmare, if you have any of that stuff going on in your outer world, then there's things that need to be discovered in our inner world, our inner landscape, our energy field, so that then we can clear those things, and then it can manifest and be reflected out into the world. All right, let's see. These feeds, they don't scroll as people show up, so there's a million comments. Nice to see you, Bess. How can I tell if an ailment is physical or energetic? I have a toothache in my left molar, and have had physical symptoms on the left side of my body. Well, let's take a look. And before we do that, Melissa's making a comment here, so because we just worked on her. She said, "This is my first time watching you," and she got a reading. "I love to hear whatever guidance you have." Okay, good. So we did that. So yes, this is true. I'm a coach, and I'm wanting to change what I talk about and how I help. Well, that's excellent, because that means you're paying attention to what is needed out there. And so as the world changes, as things change, we have to adjust our message to what is really going on. So that's part of being a courageous leader, is being flexible, being able to bend with what's going out there on the planet. So great job. And let's see, let me know if you feel any calmer. So that would be some good feedback. Thanks, Melissa. All right, so Bess, teeth, everything is part of is part of what's going on in here as becomes the reflection out here. So when we have pain in our body, it's our body's trying to get our attention, talking to us. And so the teeth are a lot about, it's part of the whole digestive system, those things that we kind of gnaw on. And it's part of the digestion. It's the first line of our digesting things. If we're having a hard time digesting what's going on out there, it can show up in our teeth. Let's see. There is a little bit of energy in the jaw, and there's also a lot of anger, holding a lot of anger in the jaw as well. Let's see where your anger level is. 50%, which is about where the majority of people kind of live and exist, in about 50% anger. So you're not going to feel angry, but you'll tend to feel annoyed, frustrated, a little on edge, like you could get angry if somebody pushed you. But this is just kind of that sort of edgy feeling. So let's see if we can remove some of this anger. And then we'll measure it again. And maybe there's somewhere else where you're also holding that anger. Yes, in the root, out to that third layer. So I have a feeling that's going to be the theme today, is feeling safe to step into your power. And so I was going to make it my goal today to not say and so much. It's one of those things you practice on in Toastmasters. So I will do my best to pay attention to that. So clearing that anger out of the jaw, where I don't know if you grind your teeth at night, that is also another manifestation of holding a lot of anger. Okay, good. Anger, your anger is now at, here, 15%. So there's still a little bit in the root. We're still, okay, so it's still in that, out to that third layer. So there's someone corded here at your root. They are the one who is likely the angry person. And I know who it is, but partner, I'll just say partner. And so we'll remove that energy, out of your root. And then you don't have to be so affected by his anger being in your energy field. When you live with someone, it's often more of a challenge. All the more reason to keep pulling those cords out every day. Sometimes you have to do that every day. Okay, anger now is at 0. So something to pay attention to would be that, keeping that cord out. And hopefully that'll help the jaw calm down a little bit as well. If you happen to grind your teeth, maybe a good idea to also get one of those mouth guards. Helps to soften the blow a little bit. All right, let's see what else we have here. Mohan. I have an issue with people being disrespectful to me. Why and how do I change this situation? Wow, that's a really long post, so we don't have time to read big old long things. So if you can kind of keep them succinct, your things, then that's also a little more helpful. So people being rude to you, interrupting conversations, saying things to you that are not nice. So let's also take a look at your own anger. So often people in our outer world, not often, always in our outer world is a reflection of what's going on in here. Always, just remember that. So instead of blaming it on the other people, it's the perfect opportunity to look inward. So let's look at Mohan and see what anger you have in your energy field. 95%. So they are reflecting back to you the energy that you're holding in here. So let's find where you're holding that anger, and then you can see if maybe some of the people are not coming at you quite in such an angry way. So anger, down in the root chakra, out to the third layer. That's the theme today, apparently. So we're going to pull in this worry circle that radiates around your root chakra. A really good thing for you, Mohan, would be to run your energy every day. There's a free 20-minute meditation where you can learn how to do that. All you have to do is listen, follow along, and it's a great way to release these energies on a daily basis. So you have a grounding cord, so we're just sending all that anger down the grounding. And you might be thinking, well, yeah, I'm angry because people are not nice to me. We always have to take responsibility for what we are creating. Otherwise, we're just going to be a victim. So when we notice people on the outside being angry with us, being impatient, being rude, we have to look inside. We don't look outside. This is kind of like a new paradigm, so it might be kind of a hard thing to think about. It's always easier to blame other people, but the new paradigm is all about taking responsibility for ourselves and what we create, which is everything. So we're pulling that anger in. So now, just doing that little bit, let's see where your anger is now. It's down to 15%. The other place where you're holding some anger is in your heart. So when we hold anger at our heart, that's where we get hard on ourselves. We start to beat ourselves up, and we be really like not nice to ourselves. And so then you can see how that's being reflected out in your outer world. They're not being nice to you. And so this is how it gets turned inward, and you take it personally. Let's go out to that third layer. So this is the energy of proving your worth and value. So if you don't feel like you're enough, or you don't feel lovable, you have those fears of being unlovable, then that's going to show up as what you're experiencing. So we're just going to drop those judgments down your grounding, because none of them are true. None of the judgments people hold against us is true at our core. Our core, it's all the garbage that's on top of our core, right? So we're just going to send that down the grounding. Let's see where the anger is now. 0. So notice if you feel calmer. Maybe mention that in the comments if you feel calmer. And also, I keep forgetting to say, share this with people, even live now. Maybe there'll be time to call on them, or they can just hear what we're doing here, so that you can start sharing with other people how it's possible to live amongst chaos in a peaceful state, in a calm state, in a joyful state. So that's what we're doing here, is we're removing all these things that interfere with our joy and our love and our abundance, and clearing all the garbage out. Okay, so Mohan, your anger is now at 0. The one other thing that I would check on is the victim energy. So we'll just check those two. See, that's also very high, 95%. So when we're holding a high percentage of victim energy in our energy field, then that's what we're emitting. That's what we're sending out into the world. That it's kind of a joke where people put a sign on someone that says, "Kick me." It's kind of like that. Energetically, you're sending the energy out that says, "Victimize me." So let's clear this energy, so that doesn't have to keep being the case. Let's see where it is. Also in the root chakra, out to that third layer. So we were just here, right? And you might be wondering, well, we were just here. Why didn't we clear that? It's because we're coming with a very specific intention. And so this is how this whole thing works. This running your energy, finding these energies, it's all with a specific intention. And so these are the kinds of things I teach in the upcoming mentoring program that's starting August 8th. So if you're interested in that, you could private message me or look for the links, because they're going to be going out today. It's only 8 people going to be allowed, and I think we've already got, I know at least 2 spaces already filled, so there's not so much room. A lot of people showing interest, but I like to keep it a small, intimate group. So we're just dropping that victim energy down the grounding. Now you have 15% left. Let's see where that is. Right in the 6th chakra. So this is where you hold the beliefs that you're a victim. And then when you look at all the evidence, like everybody's victimizing you, so it must be true, those are beliefs, right? So let's clear that belief that you're powerless, that you are afraid of your own power. Because you're more powerful than you realize, but you're afraid to step into it. So you keep looking for the validation that it's not safe to step into your power. And that's the energy you keep sending out. So I don't know if this is making sense to you, but it's how it works. Okay, victim, now at 0. So let us know if that shifted anything for you. Hey, Roma. And Jennifer. Let's see what else. Okay, sorry. Let's go over here to Instagram and see who we have. Questions? Is there any questions? No questions. A lot of people saying hi, so hey. Nice to have you here. Here's another person I've never seen. So I like to call on people I've never seen before. Then they have no clue. Um, and So I've never met you before. I know nothing about you. You just happen to be here. So I just happen to be calling on you. And I like to do it this way because then it's a little more believable that what I'm doing, like this is also how I do my temperature reports, my altitude reports, where I measure about 40 different things. I have never spoken to you, I don't know who you are, and I measure and calibrate about 40 different things, like how much anger you have. We just saw we're doing that today. Victim, martyr, that hardworking martyr. How many people are corded to you? Do you have those outgrown spirit guides that you've outgrown because you evolved and grown so much, but they're still hanging on, keeping you in those old paradigms? Or maybe you have some fear entities that are stopping you, making you afraid to step forward. Anyway, 40 different things I measure without ever talking to you. And then, and I also tell you where all the energies are that are blocking and bringing those vibrations down. So it's a super valuable report, also available in the link. But let's see what Najari, hopefully that's how you say it, what you have going on. And maybe this will be helpful for other people who might also be struggling. So let's see. So also, the same theme. So this is the theme today, it seems to be. There's an energy in your root chakra out to the third layer that doesn't make it feel safe for you to step into your power. So this is the theme today. And it can show up in a million different ways. And you're nice and grounded, so that's good. And you've got earth energy coming up through your legs, which is also good. But you have this worry, stress, anxiety that you're holding at your root chakra, and it doesn't make you feel safe to step into your power. So if you're interested in letting us know how that's showing up in your life, it might be helpful for people to see how this works. And so as I'm doing this for Najari, everybody is benefiting from this. So because this is the theme, it's like that's how group energies work, is those of you who have this same or similar energy are showing up, and you can benefit from this as well. So as we're all pulling in this energy at the root, we can all let go of that worry, stress, anxiety, doubts, fear, uncertainty. Something that needs to be done every day, just like brushing your teeth and getting grounded, connected to our earth, which is the safest place on the planet, high vibration, abundant energy. Okay, great. And then another thing too is you're having a hard time giving in your life, and that's also affecting your ability to receive. So, and this is more related to the energy of love than, say, the energy of money. So you're having a hard time giving love, and so let's bring this energy out that right arm, because you're also having a hard time receiving love. And so this is hard. It's hard when we're not replenishing ourselves with love. It starts with giving first from the heart. So what I'm doing, there's a circle of energy that comes out the right arm. This is the giving masculine side. And then when you join your fingertips together, the energy can flow through into this left hand, up the left arm, so that you can receive. And it passes through these upper four chakras, so simultaneously going through the heart, throat, sixth, and crown. So I'm just helping you to open this channel so that you can feel validated when you receive. You can ask for what you need, and you can clear those limiting and lack mindsets that are making you believe that you're unlovable or something along those lines. It's not safe to love. And also through the crown and all the rings. Okay, great. So that's going to help with being able to give and receive. So this also, for the rest of you on the call or on this platform, is this also applies to the energy of money. So when this circle of energy is blocked, it's going to block our flow of giving and receiving. So receiving love, money, support, whatever it is that you need to receive, this is what's going to help with that. Great, so those are moving now. If you want to give any feedback about that, that would be helpful for everyone else on. No questions. I feel it in my love life, so I'm not quite sure what, or you feel it in your love life, maybe that's what you mean. Agatha. Well, let's take a look at your love life. How about that? Since you mentioned that. A few things to look at. So one great thing about relationships is that there is a way of grounding the space. Okay, let's see what Najara says. Think you have been dealing with worries and anxiety. Great. So yes, thank you for validating that. And so if you do this on a regular basis, it'll help with that, help with the anxiety, which everyone is feeling, right? Everyone is feeling a lot of anxious energy. It's an easy, simple way of releasing that. Let's take a peek back at Agatha. So your love life. So one of the things we can do is, along with this whole system that I've created called the infinity system. So there's a way of running energy through our energy field. I call it running your energy. But we can also do the same thing to our relationship space. So the way that we do this is we imagine, and this is all done with your free imagination. We imagine an avatar. So that's like a hologram of a person, an image of a person standing out in front of us. And this person will represent our we space, which is our relationship space. So let's make sure that your relationship space is grounded. So barely. It's like just going super, super slow, that grounding cord. So let's ground it so that when you step into this space, it feels safe. You feel comfortable. Okay, great. And then let's see if there's earth energy coming up through the legs. There is. Is there a worry circle? Yes. It goes out to the third layer. So let's pull in that worry circle at your root of the avatar so that you don't feel worried or ungrounded when you step into this space. You can feel confident and full of vitality and enthusiasm for life. Okay, great. Just send those energies down the grounding cord of the avatar, the we space avatar. And then as you bring that energy down through your creative rings of this avatar, down through the central core, it stops right at the solar plexus of this avatar. So you may notice how your relationship space might feel a little stuck. This is why. So we're just going to let that energy flow down through this grounding. So those of you who are just joining, I will be posting links about the upcoming mentoring program that is starting on August 8th. So you guys will be next in line for you to find out, and then I'll be sending out an email later today. So there's only 8 people that are going to be included in this. I think there's about, 5 or 6 spaces left, and I've only told my inner circle. So if you're interested, jump on it. It's not going to be spaces for long. Okay, great. So your we space is now grounded. And as we bring the energy up the front, that looks good. All the layers of the aura. And then your circle of reciprocity. So there's not a lot of giving happening in this we space. it stops right about here at the arm of the we space. So we're just going to bring that energy out that right arm. Okay, great. And then putting those fingertips together, or imagining the avatar is doing that. And then up that left arm, so you're not receiving in this space either. So we'll bring that energy up so that you can feel the love that wants to come in your direction. And maybe it's trying to, but you're not letting it in. You have to allow it. You have to kind of surrender into allowing love into your life. And this is where it starts, is creating a clear channel of this circle of reciprocity. Excellent. So hopefully that will help your we space, your relationship space a little bit more. Let's see, anybody else have some questions? Okay, no more questions there. You're welcome, Deborah. It's very helpful. Good, I'm glad that was helpful. I'm unable to see the real intentions of others. Yeah, that's a tough one, because we often want to give people the benefit of the doubt and think about, we want to think the best of people, and we don't want to come off initially as being, doubting everyone that comes into our space. However, the real intentions of people will show up if we are, one, being honest with ourselves. So when we can be honest with ourselves and look inward and see what's going on with ourselves, it's a lot easier to be honest about what's going on in our outer world. When we're being honest with ourselves, then it's just kind of part of the expansion and awareness, greater awareness. Awareness starts here first, and then we suddenly become more aware of everything that's going on out there. But let's take a look at something for you. You feel the change in being able to see the intentions of others, and maybe that's what you mean. Let's see where you doubt yourself, because that's going to show up in your outer world. If you don't trust yourself, if you doubt yourself, that's going to show up out here. So there is something showing up in your heart, out to that third layer. So that's that energy of proving your worth and value, maybe holding a lot of self-judgments, not being able to connect your power to the energy of your heart. So you don't have a fear of being unlovable, but you do have a fear of being loved. So notice how that feels in your body. Yes, the fear. Okay. So we're just going to collect up this energy at the heart. We're going to send it down your grounding cord. Excellent. So that deep breath, I can breathe a little easier for you. So the other place that I would check as far as trust is when we do not have a strong connection with pure source, like maybe we even doubt that there is this higher power that has our best interests, that we start to feel alone. And so there's let me just check this layer. The 10th and 12th layers are clear. However, let's clear the 15th layer. Feels like you want to cry. That's that's the judgments that you're holding in your heart. And so you should, if you feel sad, you should let it out. Don't hold these things in. It only harms us when we hold in the energies. So yeah, let go of those judgments through the tears. And so we're clearing this layer of this 1% out of your energy field in that 15th layer. Okay, good. And then one last thing I'll help you clear is you're a great giver. You're a great giver. That right arm is clear. You love giving. However, it doesn't feel safe to allow yourself to receive. So if you put your fingertips together and then allow this energy that comes through this circle of reciprocity to fill you up and to fill up that heart that feels maybe a little empty, like we need to add a little fuel to the heart. So this is how you fill your heart up. You allow this energy to come into your left hand, arm, through the shoulder, down into the heart. Let that fill your heart. Good. Excellent. Yeah. And so then that's all running now. Great. So now you'll be able to allow more love into your life. Fill yourself up so you don't have to feel empty or unlovable or unloved. And you can start letting some of that in. So thank you for showing up today. And anybody else? We're almost at the top of the hour. Let's see if there's anyone else showing up that has a question. Okay, no one there. And so thank you for letting me play with all of you today. I love doing this. It's my passion. And join me on Friday. I'll be doing a meta clearing. So we do a meta clearing where we can get everybody in on the same energy. I don't know what we're, oh yes I do. I was gonna say, I don't know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm talking about. So on Friday, we're gonna be talking about deepening into our ultimate power. What is it? The 3 essentials. I think that's what it was. The 3 essentials of stepping into our ultimate power. So that's what I'll be doing on Friday. Look for the links for the upcoming 33 days of running your energy every day for 20 minutes. There could be a link for that. We'll be starting August 8th. Simultaneously, we'll be starting the mentoring program that same day as well. So if you're interested, join us. I hope you will. Sending much love. Go out and enjoy this beautiful weekend, TGIF, and keep asking my favorite question. How? How does it get any better than this? And then stay in that blissful question of, I wonder. Sending much love, friends. Go off and enjoy your beautiful weekend. Namaste. Mm-hmm.